A Spokane man who tried to get his teenage daughter arrested just so she couldn't abuse heroin says parents don't have the law on their side when it comes to controlling their kids' addictions. Scott Myers even took pictures of his passed out daughter, surrounded by syringes, hoping someone would force Rachel into rehab. KXLY4's Jeff Humphrey joins us now live at the Spokane Health District, where a surprising number of people are trying to kick the heroin habit on a weekly basis, Jeff.
Nadine, every week more than 700 people line up here at the Health District as they try to kick their heroin habit with the help of methadone. They are here voluntarily, but if your kid gets hooked on heroin, there's very little that we can do as parents to stop them. She is the pretty face of Spokane's ugly heroin problem. 18-year-old Rachel Myers was a caring person who defended other students from bullies and helped people who needed it the most.
For example, I was picking her up at Northtown and was calling on the cell phone, "Where are you at? Where, out front where you're supposed to be?" And she finally picked up the phone and she said, "Dad, I'm helping an old lady with her bags down to the bus stop."
That was even after Rachel had started using heroin. Her father, Scott, thinks Rachel self-medicated after she was assaulted during a concert at the Gorge. Scott took his daughter to rehab, but because of a Washington state law that gives teens their own health care rights, he couldn't make Rachel stay in treatment.
They have the right to say yes or no to their own medical care. And so once they're 13, you can't force them to get any treatment for substance abuse.
And so Rachel's addiction persisted. Her father took these pictures in her bedroom, hoping the photos of Rachel in possession of heroin would lead to her arrest.
If she's arrested and gets put in jail, then I know where she is every night, and I know that she's not doing drugs.
Scott says he's disappointed sheriff's deputies didn't arrest Rachel because she could have been forced into rehab through drug court. Then on March 30th, Scott got a phone call from paramedics and rushed to Rachel's grandparents' home where she died of a drug overdose.
And went to give her a kiss on her forehead and her eyes were open. And that's something that'll never, ever leave me, is to look into your daughter's lifeless eyes.
Scott blames himself for Rachel's death, but is fighting for a change in the law and the creation of lockdown rehab centers.
My goal is to move forward, is to change the legislation. I figure it's a cliche, but if I can save one child's life, then, you know what I mean, and keep one parent from having to go through what I've done, then I feel like I've, had a modicum of success.
And so now Scott is working with Washington's Recovery Alliance, trying to get the state legislature to change the law to allow parent-initiated treatment for kids with drug problems under the age of 18. Last year, that bill, also known as Ricky's Law, died in the Senate. But now, Nadine, after what happened to Rachel, perhaps there's a new way to focus attention on this deadly problem. Reporting live at the Health District, Jeff Humphrey, KXLY4.